Welcome to From Our Perspective. I'm joined by litigation partner Alex Lowe. Today we're talking about a case involving a new dental practice and a water heater that flooded, causing damage to the building and shutting down the business. Despite an initial lowball offer from the insurance company, Alex and his team fought to recover lost income and damages. Alex, thank you so much for joining me. Tell me a little bit more about what happened to our client and why he reached out.
Of course. Our client contacted us because he was a dentist opening a new practice and was having the space built out, and a subcontractor put in the water heater wrong. So a leak occurred, flooded the floor, hit the drywall, hit a lot of his equipment, and he had to close down his business for several weeks. He worked through the subcontractor's insurance company, tried to get the repairs covered. While they were great at covering the damages to the building through the construction professional that was building it out, they refused to pay for the loss of revenue on behalf of our client and refused to pay for a lot of the equipment that was damaged. When he was having no luck with them, he reached out to us to assist.
Mm-hmm. And you touched on that a little bit, but how extensive was the damage and really how did that impact his practice?
The damage to the building really just kind of hit the flooring and the bottom part of the drywall, so a few $1,000s in that damage. What really hit was the water coming down on his server system and computers where he was holding private medical data and just needed equipment in order to operate his dental practice. And then having to replace that, get it fixed, and then shut down his business again for 3 weeks was substantial lost revenue.
Mm-hmm. And how did the insurance claim process unfold here?
So we reached out to the insurance company when he first retained us, put in the claim. They originally offered, I think, $26,000 approximately. We told him his damages were well in excess of that, and we started working with the insurance company to supply the appropriate documentation. Went back and forth several times over profit and loss statements and other materials and receipts for some of the equipment, and ultimately were able to reach a favorable outcome.
Mm-hmm. And how did you get the insurance company to revisit the claim and increase their offer?
Ultimately, we gathered all the information, pointed out to the insurance company some of the Colorado laws around bad faith insurance denial of claims that would entitle us to award of attorney fees and 2 times the amount of damages. And they started to listen. So we were able to provide the documentation and they were willing to evaluate that.
Mm-hmm. And ultimately, what was the outcome of this case?
At the end of the day, the insurance came up to around a $47,000 settlement on behalf of our client that covered his lost revenue and the materials that were damaged.
And in these types of cases, what advice do you give to clients for documenting losses and the damages to really help their claim?
I always tell clients to make sure you're pulling as much information as possible. Pull your profit and loss statements, pull your balance sheets, pull all records you can from your business, pull all pictures you can from any of the damages inside. So no matter how small the equipment is, the insurance company is going to want an exact picture of what you're making a request for, and then receipts if at all possible. So get everything that you can to the insurance company, and there's no way they should be able to deny your claim on a reasonable basis.
And what lessons can other business owners learn from this type of case regarding insurance claims?
When you're dealing with the insurance company, keep your communications in writing to the best of your ability. Make sure you aren't settling for their first offer or settling for something that doesn't make you whole. And if the insurance starts acting unreasonably, reach out to legal counsel as soon as possible so that we can get involved, negotiate on your behalf with that insurance company, and make sure your damages are fully covered.
Great advice, Alex. Thank you for sharing your perspective.
Thank you, Michelle.
If you are dealing with property damage and having trouble with the insurance company, our team can help you. Reach out to us for a case assessment on our website or give us a call.